Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks bringing you your daily Tesla report for Friday, June 20th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. Before I jump into all the charts and explain what I'm seeing, I just want to mention that on Wednesday, wickedstocks.com put out two stock picks, one in AMD, the other in Disney. The previous week, we put out three, the two the previous week, etc. Some of them, most of them rather, are still relevant. And you can see them for free by going to wickedstocks.com and taking advantage of our 5-day free trial up front. You'll see Wednesday's Disney, Wednesday's AMD. You'll also see every single day our daily Triple Q and daily SPY report, our weekly Apple stock report, etc., etc. So go to wickedstocks.com, take advantage of that 5-day free trial. On with the charts. Weekly Tesla chart goes back over 5 years, and it does show the 351.39 to 353.69 area combination rising 2-year channel top and the 50% upside retracement from the December high against that more recent April low. This is an area we topped out at about a month ago. We spent a couple of weeks testing it. We even settled above it on a daily basis, but it is a weekly settlement on the longer term charts that is the key, the final linchpin in determining longer term market moves. And had we closed the week above 353.69, we would have anticipated 516.05 as a long-term, possibly by the end of the year objective. But until then, having tested the low 350s, we had mentioned how a rising 3-month channel bottom, now at 296.95, would be considered a 2 to 3 week target. That happened really in about 3 to 5 days of testing that area, helped along in part by the Musk-Trump feud that occurred. We bottomed out at the channel bottom 296.95, tested it twice in a week, and then continued up really to the 5/8 Fibonacci that is still there at 331.61. So we mentioned how the 5/8 331.61 can contain daily buying pressures. And in terms of the 3 to 5 day time horizon, we don't expect the low 350s unless we can close above 331.61. Until then, you could consider playing the short side at 331.61 down to 296.95. And that still remains the reality here. There is today a descending channel bottom at 308.36, well suited for day traders holding below 331.61. We could bottom out there intraday, possibly for the day. And certainly if we were to close today below 308.36, 296.95, likely within just another day or two, 296.95 can absorb selling through next week. And from here, we can round up again within 2 to 3 weeks into the low 350s. We could continue to fill this wedge out into later July, perhaps. But if we close below 296.95, and that is not going to happen today, I do see the setup longer term for this 159.95 to 166.05 area as like a 2 to 3 month target. And I've been mentioning, at one point when we first tested this 296.95 channel bottom, at that time it was converging pretty closely with the 272.87 downside 5/8 Fibonacci. So, I don't think there's any compelling reason to be long if we close below 296.95. The question is whether you should reverse and go short immediately, having, presuming that, you bottom pick 296.95 and maybe you got a slight bounce, but you didn't reach your objective. And then a few days later, we close below this structure. You would want to exit that long position. But the question is, should you reverse and play the short side? And I think you can. I think that's a valid approach. Others would wait for the next decent sell signal confirmation. And so, in other words, you could be long, bottom picking the mid 290s. We violate 296.95. You're out of your long position. When should you go short? Perhaps it could be below 272.87. And that sort of clarifies a 2 to 3 week sell signal down to 221.86. And within a couple of months, once again, 159.95 to 166.05. But I'll say it again. I think if we close below 296.95, you can play the short side longer term. You might reach for 220, 225 out of the money puts that don't expire. I'd go to a couple of months, 3 months out on that expiration. I think this is probably a 3 to 5 week play. And the 2 to 3 month downside would be the 160s. So, if we close below 296.95, you might reach for 160, 165 strike out of the money puts. That's a 2 to 3 month play. You could go 6 months out on that expiration. Those are just ideas. So let's cover the upside one more time.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
That if we do close today above 331.61, we do see the 351.39 to 353.69 area as likely to be tested again within 3 to 5 days. Could be within 1 to 2 days. 3 to 5 days, though, is about as long as it would take, where once again we can top out. This time we could top out possibly through July or well into July, and from there fall back within 2 to 3 weeks into the 296.95 area. We've got 2 long-term signals that have yet to elicit. One is, as I just articulated, a settlement below 296.95, and the other is a settlement above, on a weekly basis, above 353.69. And then, yes, we will have 3 to 5 day and 3 to 5 week signals, targets, mapped out. But in terms of the 3 to 5 month, the half year, that would be 516.05. By the end of the year, maybe if we close above 359.69 over the next few weeks, but we're not there, not even close to it. We're in this sort of two-sided framework. I have no idea where this thing is going. If you were to ask me 6 months from now, where do you think Tesla will be? And I will say, well, I think it'll be, if we close below 296.95 on Friday, I think it would be, right around probably 165, right? And I would say that if it closed above 353.69 over the next few weeks, I expect 516.05. That's how I would answer that, and that's how I would trade that. So I think that pretty much rounds it out. Please click like, share, subscribe. Go to wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of that 5-day free trial. We'll be back Monday, of course, with Monday's Tesla, and you have a great weekend.